Hey YouTube, Mark Kaufman here, and today I'm finally going to be taking a look at that vintage Huntsman. Or is it Woodsman? Or is it the impossible to remember designation number? This knife, actually, in my research, I found that it went by many different names, and if you go with the Woodsman moniker, you actually go down a further rabbit hole because the Woodsman had many different Woodsman models. So I'm only going to be calling this a Huntsman, but before it came to the US, it actually only had a designation number, and it was known by that designation number. So when it came to the US, they wanted to give it a name, and they gave it the Huntsman or Woodsman moniker. And there's even debates on what it was even called before that. So it's a little confusing, but just to keep it simple, this is the Woodsman. So the first real difference, and I've got a modern day Woodsman here, first real difference is going to be the shade of red, which is a darker and more muted red, whereas the modern ones are a more bright, vibrant red. This is more of like a tomato orange, I feel. And then you have a nickel silver shield there. Let me zoom in on that. Nickel silver shield on the left, and then stainless steel on the right. And really quick, I'm going to go through the differences on this. On here, we also have the clip blade instead of the spear point. We have no parcel hook in the back. We have the 5-turn corkscrew there instead of the 4-turn. And the 5-turn actually will not allow the small micro screwdriver to fit. This is actually a tighter corkscrew. Then we have the awl, which has no sewing eye and has the point on it, or should I say the grinded or ground down point. They stopped doing that in the mid-70s, I believe. And then the other difference that we have is going to be the scissors. Scissors are going to have a single leaf spring. I've actually taught myself how to make these single leaf springs out of older Victorinox springs and newer ones. I can make them out of newer ones if I need to, but I only do this because the newer ones really don't want to fit in between the scissors here compared to the newer ones on the modern model. You can see that the gap there is going to be a little bit bigger to accept the double leaf. So those are your main differences there. Let's now take a look at one of the designation points of dating this knife. You've got the Tang stamp here, and then you've got Victoria Officer Suisse right there. Now we have no Swiss Pat on the can opener, so there's that. This is going to be a little bit of a younger knife. And that is it for the differences. Now you're probably asking about the saw. Well, the saw is pretty much the same, other than the wear on it. I had no real difference in measurements on the saw, so really not worth comparing. But this knife here is in fantastic shape for how old it is. I am amazed that it has made it back into this form, because when I actually got it, I couldn't open the main blade. It actually had no snap either. It really needed a lot of work. I actually worked out a new technique on how to spread the liners apart without taking the whole knife apart and loosening this up. So it was able to get loosened up a little bit and allowed for this main blade to finally have a little bit of snap. Unfortunately, I was not able to translate that over to the can opener, but I don't think that's a killer there. This knife is actually already sold. That is probably why I'm making the video, because I never got to the point of being able to look at this and give you guys a thorough review. So here it is. This is a Victorinox Huntsman, Woodsman, or that designation number that they have in the catalog. It's a very interesting knife, and it is one of Victorinox's older 4-layered knives. So I thought you guys would enjoy seeing this one. So till the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.